In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix latency in Cakewalk by BandLab. Now, as I'm sure you know, Cakewalk by BandLab is now Cakewalk Sonar, and of course, if you want to fix latency, let me give you some tips you can use to actually fix your latency and, of course, have a much better experience. So the first thing we're going to have to do is open Preferences. You could just press P on your keyboard or at the bottom. In here, you have these three things up top. The first one we're going to look at is playback and recording. If you can, and of course, if you have the ASIO plugins, or not the plugins, but drivers installed in your computer, you can use ASIO over here, which is going to allow you to change this driver mode to ASIO. And of course, that's going to be the first thing that's going to help. Now, if ASIO is missing over here, or you simply don't have the drivers, you can just go and install something like AIO for all or something like that, and it's going to allow you to, of course, use these. So just go to like Google and type in ASIO for all, and it's going to basically find it, and you can go and install those drivers onto your computer. That's the first thing you should do. Then the second one here is going to be under driver settings. And of course, you want to customize these driver settings, primarily this buffer size over here. So if you can, of course, change this. I am not using ASIO currently, so I can't actually show you. But of course, if you want to fix your latency, you want to go and slide this to the left as much as you can. So you can aim for like 128, 256, or like 500 samples, okay? Which is going to reduce your delay. And that's also going to be low enough to prevent audio stutter or dropouts as well. And if you can change your sample rate or sampling rate, you can also change this to like 44, or of course 48 as well is going to be one of your options. So those are the main things you can do. So again, to recap, the first thing is switch to ASIO if you can, the driver mode, and then go here and change this buffer size, which is going to change your mixing latency, okay? That's the first thing you can do, but then of course some other practical steps can be taken inside our interface as well. The first one's going to be to freeze tracks. So you can freeze heavy virtual instruments or tracks, which are basically using CPU intensive effects or whatever. You can just go ahead and hit this button next to them, and that's going to freeze your track, and just like this, the track has been frozen. You could also do it by right-clicking, and you can go to freeze, and then you can just freeze track, and that's going to freeze it, and it's going to help your latency and delay, okay? You could also go and remove delay-heavy plugins, so you can just bypass them or remove them, and it's going to be mainly like different heavy plugins, which are going to be like linear phase EQs or heavy limiters. So to delete those, you want to right-click them over here and hit the delete button, or you can just go and of course bypass them by clicking this button over here, and it's going to bypass them, okay? That's also one thing you can do. But then, of course, last but not least, you could just go and turn off input echo. You can turn it off on like tracks if you're already using direct hardware monitoring, and this can be managed up here. So input echo, if it's on, just go and put it off, and that's also going to help with your latency, okay? So those are kind of all the tips I have for you. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please subscribe to the channel and help me out as well.